Hey everyone, good morning. Welcome back to Daily Crypto News. It's April 24th, Wednesday. Matt has an urgent schedule in the morning, so I'm to the rescue. Did you guys miss me? All right, let's go. Since its launch on April 20th, the Runes protocol has seen over 8,000 etchings. It's the preferred term for the deployment of Runes token. Anyways, 8,000 etchings created on the Bitcoin blockchain according to Ordinals and Runes launchpad Ruminex. One trend that you might have already spotted quickly and thought about it is those long and unusually formatted names. You could see these ridiculously long and all capitalized token names like sympathetic, para-mutualism, and Wanko Manko Runes, with those dots in the middle to substitute the space bars. The name of Runes may seem odd, but creators say there is a good reason. A minimum length is built into the Runes protocol to prevent so-called name squatting, basically to avoid any trademarks infringement. According to the protocol's rules, the minimum number of letters is reduced by one character every 17,500 blocks, creating an increasingly dynamic naming environment. What do you think about this trend? I mean, the whole Runes token trend. I think it's a bit too early to decide, but I know you degens out there might be already aping in. I'd love to know if there's any tokens that are worthwhile for us to cover on DCN. Sarah at dailycryptonews.net. Since March 1st, investors have withdrawn around 800,000 Ethereum deposited in Lido, which is worth about 2.5 billion according to DeFi Llama data. In the last 30 days, it has lost more Ether than any other staking services. On that note, Lido's share of the staking market has also fallen from about 32% in November to just under 29%. We can easily imagine why Lido is in a slump. We have been seeing a broader shift in Ethereum's staking business. Liquid staking protocols account for less than a third of all staked Ether, according to data compiled by Hildobby. Instead, protocols offering something called liquid restaking are booming, as you might already know, and now account for more than 6% of all staked Ether. Centralized exchanges have also stumbled. Since November, their shares of the staking business has fallen to 25% from 30%. Furthermore, this month, Lido itself already changed their policy in their business too. Lido welcomed solo stakers in a bid to increase its decentralization. And members of Lido DAO are currently going through a vote on a proposal that would give STETH holders a say into the protocol's governance and give stakers the ability to quit anytime they want. Which means even if the protocol is failing, the users can still permissionlessly exit with their fund intact, and there is nothing token holders can do about it. Staking business is getting wild now. When liquid staking first came out in the market, it was revolutionary. It allows your dormant ETH to work, right? What a catch. But now that we have derivatives of liquid staking, which is a liquid restaking, nobody's talking about that risk. Everyone is high on restaking rewards. If you have watched our weekly roundup, I have already talked, I think, enough about this, but I think we should really be alarmed about the current dynamics on Ethereum's staking scene, not to mention the possibility of proof of stake system going south, because we are all assuming that proof of stake is the one after proof of work. Small disclaimer, I'm actually looking for someone who are sharing this thought of the Ethereum staking risks, and soon I'll have an interview with him. Anyways, food for thoughts. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) has asked a New York court to impose $5.3 billion in fines on Terraform Labs and co-founder Do Kwon for their role in the $40 billion implosion of the Terra ecosystem in 2022. This news is after Terraform Labs and Do Kwon was were found liable on civil fraud charges earlier this month, when a Manhattan jury concluded that they had misled investors about the stability of their so-called algorithmic native stablecoin Terra USD, token ticker UST, and the use cases of the Terra blockchain. So this 5.3 billion comprises of 4.74 billion in disgorgement and prejudgment interest for Terraform Labs and Do Kwon to pay, as well as collective $520 million in civil penalties. And that comprises of $420 million from Terraform Labs itself and $100 million from Kwon's pocket. In addition to steep monetary penalties, the SEC is also seeking injunctions preventing Do Kwon and Terraform Labs from committing further security violations, buying or selling any crypto asset security, as well as an officer and director ban on Do Kwon, which would bar him from ever serving as an officer or director at an SEC reporting public company. Some parts of all these court documents and reports that I'd like to highlight and would like you to share some thoughts with is the comments from SEC about Chris Amani's testimony. Now, Chris Amani is the current CEO of Terraform Labs, and he's still building. You might have already listened to the podcast with him about him still building and the history of the Terraform Labs and how they're surviving, etc., etc. But SEC mentioned like this. SEC called Amani's testimony a frank acknowledgement of likely recidivism and added, Terraform's new CEO took the stand in a stunning display of chutzpah and attempted to garner sympathy by noting that Terraform had distributed a new version of their token, Luna 2.0, to their victims, all the while continuing to spend the millions that they had reaped from investors and engaging in additional unregistered distribution of these securities. This scandal has been going on for a while, and then it's heartbreaking. But I think we really have to dissect this case so that we can possibly avoid this kind of crash and the aftermath of it in the future. Also, because our crypto scene is that because we don't have a proper regulation according to each country and internationally, that whatever that you do, if you do it without getting caught, then it's okay. So from that point of view, what do you think about this whole case? Do you think Do Kwon or Terraform Labs deserve to have a second chance? Deserve to stay in or come back into this crypto industry or any other industry? I would love to know. All right, that's all for today. Now let's see how the markets are doing.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk.
If we look at the fear and greed index, we are sitting at 72, slightly above than yesterday. We're still greedy in this market. And just like anytime I am the temporary host of DCN, let's go to Bitham Korea for our chart. According to the Bitham Korea's chart, price-wise, of course, number one is Bitcoin minus 0.79% compared to 24 hours ago, and it's sitting around $69,646.42. Number two is Yarn Finance, 0.51% up, and it's sitting around $7,830.48. And number three is Ethereum, 0.86% up, and the price is $3,432. Number four is MakerDAO, 4.28% up. It's around $3,153. Number five is BNB, 1.43% up, $644. Number six is Bitcoin Cash, 1.22% down, and around $530. Number seven is Solana, 0.22% up, and the price is $166. Number eight is Illuvium, 0.4% down, and the price is $110. Number nine is Aave, 0.94% up, and the price is $101. Number 10 is Bitcoin SV, 0.48% down. The price is around $75. All right. Thank you for tuning in today as well. Hope you learned something with me today at Daily Crypto News. Share your feedback, opinion, DJ News to Matt at dailycryptonews.net or Sarah at dailycryptonews.net. Enjoy our Substack, and we have been experimenting on our Twitter. We have a very rich content going up these days every day on Twitter, so follow us and like and communicate with us as well. Until tomorrow, happy hodling everyone.